Brand new signs of trouble for House Republicans ahead of the midterms. The Cook Political Report shifting 7 House races to the left in GOP strongholds, predicting Democrats now have an improved chance of winning all 7 contests. Ty Matsdorf was Deputy Executive Director for the 2016 Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee. Colin Reed, Senior Vice President of Definers Public Affairs. Gentlemen, listen to this from Politico today about Republicans and how they lag on fundraising. A whopping 43 House Republicans raised less money than Democratic challengers in the first 3 months of 2018. An overlapping group of 16 Republican incumbents already have less cash on hand than Democratic challengers. It's a mirror image of this time in 2010, 7 months before Republicans picked up 63 House seats during President Barack Obama's first term. Ty, let me go to you first, because you probably remember that 2010 midterm in which the Democrats really lost a ton of seats. Are Republicans not realizing that they're facing the same uphill battle as the Democrats did in 2010?
I think that what really happens is you've got 2 sets of House Republicans. You have ones who have had competitive races in the past and ones that haven't. And where the wave really catches is people who aren't used to running competitive races. So I think out of those 7 members that you just put up, most of them probably don't know they're in trouble because they've never been in trouble.
Well, maybe they do now, because hopefully they will watch the daily briefing. Colin Reed, you're very skilled in figuring out the messaging for campaigns. Do the Republicans realize that they've got a good story to tell, and are they out there telling it?
Yeah, Dana, I think that's the one thing that Republicans really have going for them right now, is that they are all united around their economic messaging involving the tax cuts they passed last year with no Democratic support. And meanwhile, on the other side, the Democrats, they have a lot of things going for them, but what they don't have is a message. They are instead squabbling about issues like single-payer health care and whether or not to impeach the president, but they have yet to unite around a coherent economic message. And until they do, that's one thing they don't have going for them.
Ty, let me have you respond to that, because yesterday I had Meredith Kelly from the DCCC on and talking about the Red to Blue campaign, and she was talking about, I think, 4 of the 5 new candidates that they have put forward were veterans. They're, I would say, probably moderates. They're not progressives. Is there a disconnect between maybe what I'm perceiving in the media in terms of the base of the Democratic Party and then the candidates that are being put forward, which seem much more moderate?
I think that what you're seeing is in House campaigns, it is so localized. They're not like a presidential or even a Senate campaign, which sort of drafts onto national wins. Though I would say the only thing about what Colin mentioned is midterms are always a referendum on the president. Republicans didn't have a wonderful message in 2010, and Democrats in 2006 didn't have a unifying message. It is always a referendum on the president.
Mm-hmm. So then, Colin, just given that, are Republicans... You know, what we saw in 2016 is that it didn't matter how much money you had. President Trump spent less money than Hillary Clinton in order to get elected. Do you think that is true in midterm elections?
Yeah, and a lot of these Republicans who faced tough races this year also faced tough races in 2016, and everyone predicted they were going to lose then, and they did not. They won. They overcame the odds. Mm-hmm. So, look, if these races become referendums on the national political environment, it's going to be a tough night for Republicans. But to Ty's point, what these individual races can do is make it a choice between 2 candidates. And when it's a choice, it's anyone's ballgame.
So I was going to ask you about Tennessee and Texas and those Senate races that are coming up, but we're out of time. So hold that thought, and we'll have you back next week to talk about it. Ty Matsdorf and Colin Reed, thank you.
Thank you.